Hey guys, I'm Meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather, and this is the On the Snow, Snow Before You Go forecast. This is all about this powerful jet stream nailing the Pacific Northwest and basically taking all that moisture now and slamming it into the mountains of Wyoming, of Idaho, Montana, northern Utah, and the central to northern mountains of Colorado. Let's look at my spider chart. So in a very quick glance, you get an idea of where I think the best snow is going to be over the next 5 days, and it's Pacific Northwest. It's the central to northern mountains of Colorado. It's the Wasatch. It's the Tetons. It's parts of western BC up there around Revelstoke. It's the Pacific Northwest up around Whistler and Baker and down to Timberline. In fact, Timberline is where I want to start right now. This is a pretty cool view. If you're familiar with the movie The Shining, this is the lodge that was used there, and it is just buried in snow at Timberline there in Oregon. It was closed for a couple days. It was right there at the base of Mount Hood, and it was closed to skiing for a couple of days. They've had so much snow. I've got another couple of feet in my forecast for Timberline Lodge up there. Just such an iconic structure right there. Let's move into Utah. Snowing hard there in Little Cottonwood Canyon. Alto reporting about 9 inches overnight. You've still got at least another foot and a half to go with this. Tomorrow's going to be a huge powder day up there over the canyon over. Here's Big Cottonwood up in Brighton. You're reporting 4 or 5 inches overnight, but you're going to have snow all day and all night. Tomorrow will be a huge powder day there as well. I want to take you into Loveland, Colorado. Here it is, the view at Chet's Dream up on the Continental Divide in Colorado. We've got not only snow, but high winds. So let me give you an idea. Let me set the stage. Up at Loveland, at this area, the air temperature is about 12 degrees and the winds are gusting to 70 miles per hour. There's a lot of wind rolling through Utah, Wyoming, and through Colorado with this storm system. So pretty amazing. Up to Grand Targhee as well. The Tetons getting snow, and I've got a lot of snow in my forecast for the Tetons all the way through the 8th. So Jackson Hole and Grand Targhee are two places that I would put on my list. Let me show you the storm track here. Powerful jet stream roaring into the west coast and then down almost like a northwest flow aiming at the central to northern mountains of Colorado, the Wasatch, the Tetons, Idaho, the Pacific Northwest, and some of this moisture BC and then interior BC as well. So those are the areas getting nailed by this, and there's a lot of moisture just kind of flowing right along this jet being ushered in as well. You can see there's ripples right there, and there's another one right there. So there's plenty of energy moving in with this, but it lasts through probably the 7th or the 8th, and then we're going to start to transition the pattern out of this. In fact, let me show you how this could play out. This is the radar, future radar version on the GFS, the American model. That's the current state of affairs. There's a low spinning up in Colorado. You move through time. So tonight into tomorrow morning, there's still some snow there through the Tetons, the Wasatch, Colorado. Heavy snow, moderate to heavy up in Idaho, Montana. Look at the Pacific Northwest. Next low hitting that area. Heavy snow moving in there. There's Friday morning right there. Drier in Colorado and Utah, but there's more coming. And there it is sliding into the Pacific Northwest, hitting the Tetons, Idaho, Montana. So this is Saturday morning. Next round of snow hits the Wasatch, moves down into Colorado, the central to northern mountains of Colorado, and then that's out. So that's the end of the storm cycle right there. And that lasts through probably the 7th or 8th, and then it's done. And then we're going to get some high pressure across the west. After that, everything sort of slides out to the east coast. Let's do my totals in 2 different time frames so you can really see this, the stark contrast. So basically from today all the way through the 8th, you can see the numbers. In Colorado, 1 to 2 feet in the central to northern mountain corridor with high winds. In Utah, potentially 2 to 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet up there along the Tetons remaining. Jackson Hole, Grand Targhee. You've got another foot coming up through parts of Idaho and western Montana, and another 2 to 3 to 4 feet up there, especially over Stevens Pass, yet to drop, and Revelstoke, Fernie looking good. And again, that runs through the 8th. And then phase 2, once that high pressure moves in, it changes everything. The 9th through the 13th, the only remaining snow really is in the Pacific Northwest and in parts of the Banff area. And this is light stuff, so that high pressure is going to take its toll. What about the Northeast? Well, it really depends on whether this potential, and what I'm going to do to show you this, whether this nor'easter actually sets up, is I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to go back to this future radar. So watch, and there it is right there. You see that? Thursday night, Friday. How close does that low get to the coast? Is it a true nor'easter? How close does it hug the coast? If it's close and it moves east, then the ski areas get heavy snow. But with this kind of a track, you're only looking at light snow accumulation at the ski areas. And then that moves away. And then there's another storm right here with some snow potential on Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday. So that's what I'm looking at for the Northeast right now. And that's why my totals are not that great, 2 to 7 inches. It depends on whether that nor'easter hugs the coast tight or stays away. Ultimately, the track is just so critical. So that's the Northeast. Okay, I've got a snow plume set up here for Jackson Hole. Big snow accumulation today, tonight, tomorrow, and on the 7th, and then things level out, and then high pressure moves in. But you could be looking at another 2 to 3 feet right there. And I talked about the wind. The high winds are going to rake the high peaks today, tomorrow, and on the 7th. The Rainier, Grand Teton, and then all the 14ers in Colorado, and then the winds start to drop back down on the 8th and the 9th. So there you go. I hope everyone finds some of this new powder. Stay safe out there. Always appreciate you tuning in here. And again, this is the On the Snow Before You Go forecast. Take care.